We are back, people, and it is the best time of the year. The 2026 NFL Draft is finally here. 30 minutes from start time. I'm so excited. Uh, gonna go over the whole draft. Obviously, Dolphins have two picks, 11 and 30. Should be exciting. There's already a bunch of rumors out there. Don't know exactly what's gonna happen, but that's always the most exciting part of the draft. So thank you guys for being here. I gotta remember to do some stuff. Okay, try to remind me, but when the Dolphins pick, I need to put down the timestamp of the stream because I can see it. I have we're 40 seconds in. I need to put down the timestamp so I can put it in the comments, like when, because I know people like to go back and watch streams to look for reactions. So like at least the timestamps of the Dolphins picks. I gotta remember that. Hopefully I can remember that. But yeah, what's up, guys? You got some margaritas in you? Let's go. What's up, Brian? What's up, B-Rob? Buck, Troll, I own you. Lemony Crawdad. Let's get it. Um, Interesting. I'm on NFL Network as well. Watching the pre-draft thing. Let me turn this up a bit. What's up, Nituan? If Bane falls front of the podium. I did see earlier, apparently Rappaport reported that he actually wouldn't be surprised if people trade up for Bane because he expects, Bailey and Reese to go in the top 4. So I mean, in my opinion, Bane shouldn't make it to Miami, but he definitely could. We'll see if they end up going in that direction. But yeah, Caleb Downs or Sonny Styles. I mean, hey, those are my top 2 players. I would love that. We'll see if that ends up happening. What's up, Timothy? I'm at 65%. Miami trades down pre-draft higher if someone falls. I'm not sure. I never bet on trade downs because I'm always trying to trade down, but it seems like the team never wants to. I'm listening to what they're saying. Okay. I could see the Dolphins maybe being involved in some trade, but it's not something I would bet on. No, I can't have the stream up. This thing will get taken down. I'll get shut down so fast. So people gotta watch. I am getting trying to reset my stream. If that happens, I get a buffer, man, I'll be pissed. I should have a backup though. Let me pull up actually. They're talking about the Vrabel stuff. Oh, Wisniewski, number 1 overall pick. Maybe. I'm just kidding. It would be really funny. If it wasn't Mendoza, but actually I needed to be Mendoza because of my bet that I made like last year. I made a bet about a year ago that Mendoza would be the first overall pick. And those odds were crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna need that to pull through. Which obviously it should. Oh, Vrabel's talking right now. Or is this the clip from like a little while ago? Hold on, I need to sign in. I'll pull up the draft tracker every once in a while throughout the stream as well, like the NFL.com's draft tracker, just so we can keep people updated if they want to, come through. They know where we're at in the stream and stuff like that. I also want Miami to trade up for one or Dan's styles. I'm just not a big trade up guy. Like I just think it typically doesn't work out, but I understand that. I just think you play it out. You try to see if one of those guys ends up falling. I also did a. If you guys didn't see the mock draft stream yesterday, I'm sure most of you probably saw it. I do have that as well. My prediction mock. Let's see. No, I still think I said I had Spencer Fano at 11. I still think that has a decent chance of happening. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that is still something that is a possibility. But yeah, let's. I was looking at the odds and betting on him and being the overall pick is $20,000 for a win potential of $40. Yeah. Thank God thank God I bet on it when it was like the odds were like plus 6,000. Got a little lucky though. But yeah, what are you guys expecting? I think, we've seen I think number one, obviously number one's gonna be Mendoza. I think number two's probably gonna be Bailey if I had to guess. Um, Cardinals, I think, is where things get tricky because they're really, I think they really want to trade down. Because really, none of the players they probably want to take at 3 are really worth that value. So trading down makes sense for them, especially because they're kind of in a similar situation to Miami. Not really a win now situation. They even have a worse QB situation because I believe they were the other team trying to sign Malik Willis, but it didn't work out for them. And then after that, who knows? I have seen though, like it's been reported, like because like the Titans for Sonny Styles and the Giants for Sonny Styles at 5. Apparently, it's been reported like they were heavily mocked Styles, but apparently those teams are not going to take Styles at 4 or 5. And if starts to fall a little bit, I think 11 is such good value for him, and it wouldn't be that crazy. Really, I was thinking there was no way the Jets would cancel Bailey's visit if he was going to be their pick. Well, the reason I actually think that makes me lead it to believe he will be their pick is because they feel like they have all the information on him. Um, and that means they're probably just gonna like they already felt comfortable taking him. I think there's like a couple ways you could look at it. But yeah, I mean it could still be Reese. I guess I'm just guessing Bailey. I actually hope it's Bailey. I actually kind of feel bad for the Jets. This is like the worst draft class to have number 2 overall ever. Like genuinely. Let's get it. I am so ready for this. Yeah, Jets got horrible. I don't need this, but yeah. Whew. Let's see. Um, and then I think at 30, man, things could get interesting. I've seen a lot of reports of apparently teams are talking to the back end of the first round teams, about potential trade down situations. I actually think that is honestly, that feels more likely in my head for some reason than trading down from 11. Just because I think once you get to 11, like most of your first round guys will be gone. You'll probably only have like a couple left on the board. So if you do trade down, you risk losing out on your first round options. But like I think once you get to 30, it's like the value of those guys compared to it like a trade down into like the late 30s or maybe early 40s. It's probably not that much different in terms of value. At least I'm guessing at least how teams see it in the NFL. So I wonder if they can get like a nice little extra pick trading out of the first. Just they can use like the 5th-year option thing if a team wants to trade it for Ty Simpson. Yeah, Colton Hood, McNeil Warren. I've seen those names. I know. I have. I had Chris Johnson mocked. I think guys like Casey Concepcion, Denzel Boston, like those are possibilities. What do you want the Dolphins to draft? I mean, my best case scenario at 11 is Caleb Downs, and then Sonny Styles. But like realistically, like I'm down for either of the top offensive linemen, like a Spencer Fano or a Francis Maino. I think that's good as well. Um, I would also be down for Venga Ioane. Like any of those 3 linemen, I'm happy. I would be very down for like a Mansour Delane. Ruben Bain as well would be great. And I think, out of those names I just said, like at least one of those guys will be there. At least one, probably 2. So hopefully they don't pass on them and take like a Keldrick Falk type of thing. Ready to see your mock lines up? Yeah, we'll see. It'll probably be all wrong. I mean, just hearing the odds. I'm hoping I get at least one player right. It doesn't even have to be like in the correct order. Like, say we take like Stribling or something, and it's not at 75, it's at 87 or something, or that type of situation. But yeah, we'll see. Is Vanga Ioane realistic if Fano and Miami go, or does Miami take a Bane or someone who falls? I think Ioane is in the discussion. You know, he, in my opinion, is one of the safest players in the draft. So I think he makes sense. Just ordered some food. Nice. Yeah, I ate earlier. It's so, you know what, though, I would say the worst part about living on the East Coast is just the Eastern time. Things start later in the day, specifically football related things. I'm not gonna lie, when I used, you know, when you live in California and you just wake up and then football starts at 10 o'clock, that was the time. Or, you know, the draft starts at 5. Now it's doesn't start till 8 Eastern. Draft's in Pittsburgh, right? I think. Draft's not gonna be over. Wait, did they change? Because do you guys remember seeing this? I remember it was discussed after last year's draft about the draft timer going from 10 minutes to like 7 minutes or something like that. Is that in effect now? I can't remember if that's actually in effect. Those international games. That is true. That's like it was like I think it was like 6:30. 8 minutes? Okay. Hold on, let me test something. Because I have manual ads on. Usually I just have it play randomly. Like I let YouTube take care of that. But let me know. I'm gonna insert an ad. I want to see if this actually works. So I just insert an ad. Let me know if you guys actually get that or how that works, because I feel like it doesn't always work, you know. And I'm not gonna insert ads when like they're actually picking, but I might do it like in the downtime. Just because I can only talk so much. Thought it was 8 minutes? Okay. I couldn't remember if it was 7 or 8, but yeah. Okay, so that makes it go a little bit faster. And usually, you know, it would take up most 10 minutes, but like usually teams would get it done within a little quicker. Yeah. Damn. Daniel Jeremiah has Emmanuel McNeil Warren as the 15th overall prospect. That's pretty hot. And I had like one pick before us, so people don't get hit with an ad during your reaction. Oh yeah, I'm not even gonna click that button once we get even close to the Dolphins pick. Like, or even like I'll definitely wait. But did you guys just get an ad right now? Anybody? So I clicked that button. I don't know how it works. I'm not an expert. But yeah, after this, finally, feel like I haven't made a Dolphins film breakdown in forever. But after this, tomorrow I'll probably post film breakdowns on both the guys the Dolphins draft if they draft 2 players. Obviously, they could trade out from 30. But yeah, I will be doing film breakdowns out tomorrow. If you guys want early access to the film breakdowns for the whole week, because obviously I'm gonna end up making like 11 plus UDFAs. You can join up as a member for early access, all that good stuff. I'll probably post some stuff on Twitter, like the cut-ups and things. I appreciate you said this elsewhere, but remind us what your ideal picks be for my main run. Ideal pick is Caleb Downs at 11. That's my ideal pick. I think that would be awesome. Do you think K Proctor can play D end in this defense? D end, like I think he can play out to like a 5 technique, but I don't think he can play as like a true edge. Maybe he can give you some snaps there, but I don't think he would be a full-time defensive end. I think, you know, where his real value is using that explosiveness on the interior. Let's see. 15 minutes out. Oops. Okay. Interesting. Diana Rossini deleted her Twitter account. Yep. Who's there? Do I actually don't know the players that are there. I know Mendoza's not there. I remember seeing that. That's always one of the more fun parts. But man, I love this. Do you have pets? A dog? She's the greatest. I'm really interested to see what happens with Jeremiah Love. Because it seems like, from all the reports, like, he's going to go pretty high here. I'll be honest, I could not care less about this Diana and Rabel thing. Oh, yeah, I truly, when it comes to, like, that side of sports stuff, I do not care either. That's why, like, I never get into, like, the, like, bar stool stuff. Like, it just feels like that's strictly for, like, drama and entertainment. Like, I prefer, like, the sports side of things. But the one part that's interesting to me is, like, what if something actually happens to, like, will Rabel actually step down? I've seen people saying that could happen, which I'm like, I don't know. Can't believe, yeah, Ty Simpson is there. You watch Sports for Sports? Yeah, I know. Crazy concept. Casey at 30, I love that. I love Concepcion. I think he's an absolute dog. Kels. What's up, Dundee? Dundee, what time is it where you're at? You gonna be up late? Or is it early? I guess I don't know. I'm just not aware of time zones around the world. What happened? Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he has the owner who's be like, you know what? I understand. We select Ty Simpson. Oh God, Bane and Halsey. You heard it here first. Oh, 100. Okay, damn. Did you see the Rappaport report on Bane? Is that a report where they talked about like teams are probably going to trade up for him? Yeah, I saw that. Bane and Halsey. You know what? I think Halsey's a good like kind of like surprise pick at 30. I personally wouldn't do that, but I wouldn't be surprised. I feel like they just I don't know. From everything I've seen and like the more I've watched Halsey, I'm just like, oh, they're gonna love him. And he was a 30 visit. I don't know. It just feels, and he was like, I think he also was a Packers 30 visit. Just feels like feels like that kind of guy. I think I would more so wait till 43 because I think there's a decent chance he's there at 43. At least we only have one pick. Uh, we got more than one pick tomorrow. I own you. Tomorrow's round 2 and round 3. So we have the most picks tomorrow. Actually, we got like 5 tomorrow. Hafley wants a general. Then I hope it's Caleb Downs. Honestly, if McCoy slides to 30, would you do it? My doctors would have to be very confident in his knee, at least getting better within a year. Because the Dolphins are probably the one team that could afford him to sit for like a year, if he needed to. But like that'd be 2 years of not playing football. Like that's just risky. I'd probably wait, and then if he fell to 43, then maybe consider it. But I don't know. I don't have the info. As a talent, yeah, like he's a top 10 player in this class. Tomorrow's the day you're looking forward to most. Yeah, me too. I love day 2. Day 2's always been like my favorite day. Haven't had too many day 2 picks recently though. I mean, it's not a crazy thought, Lud. I think that's something they could definitely do. Because they have talked about building through their trenches. So I mean, I'm not going to be surprised either way. I don't think any of those things are that crazy. Saying a lot. I need to make sure my watch is charged. Yeah. Oh, McCoy doesn't have a target early knee. Yeah, I think it depends on what McCoy's knee is. Is it a degenerative knee thing where like he's not gonna have a long career, or is it more like, oh, he needs to have surgery and like it's gonna be a short term thing? I guess I just would have to know. I don't know. Personally, I wish for us to choose players who can have the ability to start week one if the term deemed worthy enough. Oh yeah, I agree. I just don't like taking injury prone players. I think the Dolphins have enough picks where they can probably afford to take one guy that maybe is a little injury risk if he falls far enough, but like I'm not trying to spend many picks on guys like that. Halsey, yeah. I think Halsey is probably seen as like safety four in this class. I wouldn't even be surprised if some teams have him over McNeil Warren. But I don't know. I just think safety is one of those positions that falls. Like I only expect Downs and Thieneman to go pretty high in this class. Maybe you see some other guys sneak into the back end of the first, but oh yeah, I feel that. Hey, thank God we don't have those bots in here this time. Was that the draft last year? We had like the bots in here spamming stuff. They were like the bots, so many different bots. Guys, we're less than 10 minutes away. This is so exciting. It'll be a long day. It's gonna be really funny, when the Dolphins trade out of round one. I mean, to be fair, I would be watching the whole draft anyways because I watch all of the draft. But it will be kind of funny. Yeah. I'm willing to take a risk in day two because we have so many day two picks, and I feel like that's where you can start to get a little more risky. But no more than one risk. All right, Ryder, new regime, all aligned first round? I mean, I don't think so. Probably one. But to be fair, like the old regime was taking offensive line fairly early. Like a lot of Greer's picks, like in the first two rounds, were trench picks. Just a handful of them were not good picks. I think that's the key is just taking good players. Stooks seems to be, yeah, Stooks as well. If you consider Stooks a safety, because I know some people just look at him as like a nickel corner. But Stooks is another one. Stooks would be like if there's a guy that's willing, like, because he has some injury questions and he's an older prospect. If you're willing to, he's one of those guys in day two I'd be willing to take a risk on because I think he's really good. But like I'm not trying to take too many guys with an injury history or older prospects. Damn, there's a lot of teams with multiple first round picks. The Jets have two, the Giants have two, the Browns have two, the Chiefs have two, the Dolphins have two, and the Cowboys have two. And all of them have at least one in the top 12. Like, that's crazy. Yeah, Malachi Lawrence. I like Malachi Lawrence. I do like his film a lot. I just don't know if he's an ideal pick for what Miami's looking for at edge. But I do like Lawrence. Guys like how I'd probably wait on. Stooks is one of the 24-year-olds I would be down to take in like round two. I would at least consider it. It depends who's on the board. Like, if he's like pretty clear best player available, then I could take that risk. You think McCoy could fall it around? Yes. Honestly, I'm pretty 50-50 on McCoy right now. For some reason, my TV blocked my local ABC channel. That's weird. I'm just on NFL Network. Who do the Giants not like? Apparently, they don't like Styles. But I also apparently heard they might trade out of pick 10. Like, that was another rumor that they might trade out from pick 10. So, that's a possibility. Yeah. We need guys who can set the edge. Yes, I would like some edge setting ability, but I also need some pass rush. That's why I'm not a huge Keldrick Falk fan, because, like, Falk can set the edge. At pick 30, if Falk's there at 30, you know what? I'm not going to be mad. And they take him. But if it's pick 11, you're going to see me be pretty upset. I'm not going to lie. The upset picks at 11, you'll probably see me upset if it's Falk. You'll probably see me a little disappointed if it's guys like Freeling or Proctor. Not even that I think they're bad prospects. I just don't think they're the ideal pick, and I think they're kind of risky picks. Proctor is more of like, I don't know. You heard Saban talk about him. Saban talked about him the other day saying, like, he's very talented, but, like, he would show up. If you don't have him in the building, like, he's going to come in overweight. when you have him in the building, like he will work, but like he's not a self starter. That's how he described him. And that's scary to me. Taking that guy, kind of a guy like that early. I don't know. I haven't cable in years. Yeah. Well, technically, I'm not on cable either. But I don't blame the Giants. I don't like Sonny either. I love Sonny. But also, I don't know what it means they don't like Sonny. Maybe they don't like him top 10. Bulk at 11, Boston at 30. Yeah, that would be upsetting to me. And it's not even that I think they're bad players. Like, I think they can be, decent players for you. I just don't think the value makes sense at either spot. I know people talk about Falk as a high upside guy. I actually think he's more of a high floor guy. I don't think he has this high pass rush upside. That's why I'm not a fan of him. If I thought his pass rush upside was like super high, then I would actually be probably a little more excited about him as a prospect. Because I do think he has a pretty high floor as a run defender. Like he's a guy that I think could see the field pretty quickly. Apparently, he's also not 20. He's 21, turning 22. A lot of people thought he was 20, turning 21 going into this year. I know that doesn't change much, but I do think that probably makes him a little less appealing to some people. Sonny in round 2 or later. I mean, I would take Sonny. Like Sonny is a run up to the podium at pick 11 for me, at least in this class. And maybe if he was a round 2 prospect for you that goes round 1, that type of thing. But in this class, I don't know. I think it would be crazy if he didn't go round 1 in this class. And Ashore, yeah. Oh man. Hopefully they start this right at 8. Dun, dun. I should probably stay off Twitter because Twitter's gonna spoil me. I also have to. I have to. Is that Trico? It is actually right there. Yeah. Any confirmation on Iron Astro's age? No. That's another reason I would be. I don't know if he's young. If he's 25, I'm not touching him. A guy with not a ton of experience and already 25, no thanks. But if he's 21, 22, yeah. I'm excited. So excited. Don't go. I'm not going on Twitter. And then once we get close to the Dolphins pick, I'm gonna have to block you guys because I don't know if you guys are ahead of me or not. Okay, if who's on NFL Network right now? I guess it doesn't really. What's it showing at the bottom of the screen? To me, right now, it's showing round 1, pick 4 for the Titans, and it just went to the Giants. Round 1, pick 5. Just transitioned. Are you guys around that? Just went to the Browns. Pick 6. It's just scrolling through. Obviously, these guys haven't picked. That was something like age, not common knowledge. Some guys just get through, and it gets all it takes now with Google AI and shit. All it takes is one person saying one number and one person saying the other number, and now Google AI will pop up all the age numbers that people have said on the internet. And he was born in Nigeria. Yeah, he's So yeah, we don't know. But also Keldrick Falk age wasn't known until his mom apparently said it. His mom said he was 21, not 20, like people were saying. 3 seconds behind you. Okay, that's good. It's perfect. Well, we're probably about the same because my stream's probably delayed by a few seconds. Because I don't see what you guys say until a few seconds after I ask. Behind you 20 seconds? Okay. Zion Young? I have some question marks about Young. I think the Dolphins will like him more than me. He's more of a guy I would consider at 43. I think 30 is just a little bit early for me, but it's not the worst pick in the world. Are we in on Jordan Tyson now that his health is checked out? No, nothing's really changed for me. I always expected Tyson to be healthy. He doesn't have like major injuries. The reason I've kind of not been super high on him is just because he has a big injury history. Like he gets re-injured a ton. Guys, it's 8 o'clock. It's 8 Eastern. It is time. Watching on Disney Plus. Nice. I mean, Malachi could go as high as like 20 from what I've seen. Come on. Let's get this thing going. Here we go. They're showing Mendoza right now for me. Yeah, Zion Young also apparently has some character issues. It depends on how serious it is, but I don't think super serious character issues they'll consider. They might consider some minor ones, but we'll see. I don't know. It's a new regime. You never know exactly what they're thinking. Let me see. Okay, so yeah, I've got to do the timestamps. I'll try to pull up some clips on if I can. If I can find clips on some players whoever the Dolphins draft, then I'll do it. I gotta keep track of who gets drafted. Like, just so I know. Because I have a list of players' name here. I want to at least, like, either eliminate or, like, change the color of those names so I can remember who gets drafted. This makes it easier once we get a little bit later. NFL Draft Tracker. Got that pulled up. Oh, nope. There we go. There we go. Okay, Goodell's coming out. Is there a line Lemon to us? Yeah. I saw, who was Breer? I think Albert Breer. Did he mock someone to us that was a decent guess? Used AI to give Ty Simpson a good rating for the Jets. Hey, I appreciate your eye on you. Yeah, apparently Albert Breer had the Dolphins taking Bain in Boston, and he had Kenneth Grant for us last year. Even though I think Kenneth Grant was a fairly safe bet. But he has Bain in Boston. Bain in Boston would really like Bain. Boston, not so much, but I could live with it. As long as you don't mess up both picks. Here's Goodell. Who is that? TJ Watt and Cam Hayward out there? From Penn State 11 feels like a lock to be a solid pro. Yeah. Rolling. Rutledge, Pregnon, Basantis. Who do you think goes in the first? My guess is Basantis goes first out of those guys, and I think he has the highest chance of winning the first. Pregnon is a little bit tough because he is one of the older prospects. I think that could knock him down a little bit because he's like 24. And then Rutledge is a bit of a wild card. Yeah, I could also see none of them going. I think it's probably maybe one. I think Basantis could sneak into the end there. I think I saw Basantis' odds like by Vegas is like pretty 50-50. Nice. Hold on, I want to test this. Interesting. Okay. Just listening to Cam Hayward. Put this on the clock. Mel Blunt. That's a throwback. I always remember him in like Madden Ultimate Team being a player. Back when I played Madden. Did you see James Pierce? Yeah, I saw that. That was kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, he was, I don't know. Seemed pretty crazy. Okay. We get it. It's your time, Pittsburgh, but let's put him on the clock. Big Ben. Okay, cool. Dun, dun. Can I? Nope. Uh, nope. Close. Really want Downs or 30-minute safety? I mean, those are my top two guys at safety. Let's go. We're starting. Raiders are on the clock. Let's go. Let me see the timer. Let me see it. 8 minutes. Wow. Imagine a team chokes the timer this year. But if it's not Mendoza, I'll be pissed. I would be so mad. Uh, the only pick that is expected. I mean, he already looks emotional. Shout out Fernando. Yeah, definitely agree. Mentally and physically tough, clutch Matt Ryan. I can see that. I actually like watching Mendoza's Cal film more than the Indiana film, mostly because of the offense. Like Indiana runs they pretty much have them run RPOs and back shoulder phase basically the whole time. But like at Cal, he ran more of a traditional NFL type of offense. He got to make more throws. I think that's actually really where you can get excited. Yeah, that run was crazy. Yeah. He grew up a Dolphins fan, right? Pick 151, the Miami Dolphins like wide receiver, Taylor Green. Did they already have a trade worked out like Jacksonville did last year? Maybe. I think you're talking about Bailey, but yeah, maybe. That could also be a reason. I think it's more so they just like didn't feel the need to meet with him. Would Mendoza be number one of the other guys that come out? Depends on what other guys you're talking about. Let's see. How far will the Raiders let this run down until this pick is in? I mean, they always do this. They always let it run at least a little bit. So there. Okay. Grew up in Miami. Yeah. Hold on, I'm checking something right now. Where is that? What the fuck? Yeah, Kurt Warner. I'm hearing Kurt Warner talk about him right now. See what the Jets do. Gonna have to look back at this and compare the Jets and Dolphins draft because the Jets also have 2 first-round picks. They're both kind of in that rebuild mode. Why does the first overall take so much time? They've had months just put in the pick. Well, the pick is in, but I think it's mainly just to give like I don't know. I mean, they talk to the kid on the phone, and then I guess it's to actually give him the chance to really process and like go get the actual experience, you know. But I don't know. My pick would be in within while I'm on the phone within 30 seconds. You think Mendoza will start over Kirk? He should. They're milking us for ad money. True. What I need to do. They took 257 seconds, according to Rich Eisen, to get that pick in. Whoa. So B-roll, yeah. I mean, it's all a production thing. Here we go. Goodell is about to announce it. With the first pick. Fernando Mendoza. There it is. Okay, that's the timing of it. I mean, we obviously all knew that. Not surprising. Shout out Fernando. Uh, Seems like a good guy. Yeah, I'm like 20 seconds out of you. Yeah. Okay, now it can go crazy. See, I'm trying to see. Jets with Ty Simpson. I'd love it. That'd be so funny. That would be amazing. Boom. Okay. So you didn't get any spoilers last year? Yeah, I mean, I don't turn it off. I just block it. Damn, they really have a reporter in his house. Ryder Jamari Sawyer is my brother. I promise you on God. Nice. Well, we need your brother this year. We need him to go crazy. What do you want the Jets to take? Realistic pick here, I would honestly, I don't like honestly David Bailey. Realistically, I mean, I think all those players that they could take are going to be pretty good. I just don't think. I think all of them are like just not worth number 2 overall, which it sucks for them. 3 minutes left. Uh, Jets still in that clock? You ever hear anything about Wilkins in his future? I'm pretty sure if a team signed him, they would own or anything. We have history of the guys, and he'd be a nice signing. I don't know. Honestly, from everything that I've seen, apparently, like the behind the scenes situations, like really weird. Like, I don't know exactly what happened, but I don't know. Pick is in. Pick is in. Jets are picking. I think that that was expected. It really didn't seem until like the Cardinals we might get trade action. I'm yeah, I don't know. Bailey or Reese. That's pretty much the options. At least from what the rumors. Let's see. I really hope they're not about to go to commercial. I did block the chat just in case you guys are ahead. Just in case. Come on. Oh, here we go. He's out there. My guess is Bailey, but I mean, obviously RL Reese wouldn't be surprised. I feel like, probably go for the true edge. David Bailey, there it is. Just saw it. Yep, David Bailey. I'm gonna hit a little restart there. Yep, Jets go David Bailey. I mean, he's one of the better pass rushers in the class, but let's see. Yeah, interesting. Well, I need to get to my. Had to restart. Bailey. Yep. Just felt like that was where it was going. I just feel like they. I don't know. Reese is not this like I just think they're gonna go more premium position and he's gonna be a full-time edge. You go to Bailey's name. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. I don't get Bailey at pick 2. I mean, they don't really have many options. I don't know if there's anyone that's really like, oh, pick 2, that makes a ton of sense. That's why they were in a tough spot. Do you think Sean Eric and Halfley look like? Yeah, kinda. Yeah. Definitely a very good linear athlete. Like he will cause some problems as a pass rusher. But like I don't still I mean I don't think he's ever gonna be he'll probably only ever be like an average run defender. And I don't think he'll ever be like an elite pass rusher. I think he's just gonna be like a solid to good player, which taking that at 2 kinda sucks. Let's see. Cardinals on the clock. If Reese is gonna go, then where? I mean, I don't know. I mean, you could see him go here. Wouldn't also be decide. I wouldn't be surprised to see a team trade up for him. Could see him at like that 5 range maybe. But Cardinals still on the clock. It looks like. See, my brother's a Cardinals fan, so this should be interesting. I'll have to text him. 2 minutes. Cardinals draft room's clapping. I guess that could mean they traded back, but it most usually means a pick. Looks like they're excited about a player more. It's usually when they're that excited, it's usually about making the pick. Come on, let me see this. Okay. I'm trying to see something. Pick is in. Pick is in for Arizona. I mean, I'm thinking Reese or Love, right? The rumor was Love. If they didn't trade back, the rumor was Love. I mean, he's obviously a good player. I just don't know if that's the best team building strategy. Or I guess they could also go like O line, maybe like a Maui Noah. That's a possibility. Oh, here we go. Coming out to announce it. Wow. Jeremiah Love at 3 for Arizona. I mean, it's a fun pick. It's a fun pick. Dang. I mean, I guess when you get to when you get to a point like this, it's like, a class like this, you just take the best player available, and that's, I guess, who their best player available was. I mean, it makes sense. He's a super dynamic player, but definitely not mad about that. Super explosive, man. Great receiving threat. Yeah. I mean, talent-wise, makes sense, but also if you look at the contracts, like he's now gonna be like the 7th highest paid running back in the NFL. He's got his contract fully guaranteed to be like the most guaranteed money a running back's ever gotten. That's why you typically don't draft running backs that high in just comparison to the rest, but the definitely a little wild. Oh no. Trying to Ollie seems to take RB early. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's the best strategy personally for team building. But like I will say, like it is. You're gonna look back at it and think like it was a pick success in terms of like he's gonna be a good player. Feel pretty confident in that. It'll be a tense couple of hours till 30. Yeah, could see a pretty big fall off at O line. That's why I still think O line's the most likely at 11. Like Fano or Maui Noah, whichever one gets there. If both are gone, then I don't know. Because those guys at least have guard tackle flexibility, and I think they want that. Jeremiah loves high school is freaking out. Let's see. Apparently the Titans pick is in and the Giants are on the clock. So no trades yet. That's interesting. I would also not hate Bane 11. I would be quite happy with it. I think Bane is my 5th overall player. Also, I mean, I don't know if you guys know who Brett Coleman is, YouTube guy. He did have a pretty interesting video come out today about like edge guys and like talking about arm length and about how like a lot of good pass rushers do end up having short arms, especially because like the power you kind of can create when you do have shorter arms, like just from a physics perspective, does actually make sense. That's why sometimes with like the longer arms, they don't actually quite get the maybe as much pop, but length also obviously helps out with creating that space. Okay. Wow. Apparently, their love was. They thought he might have had like a weird heart issue, but they checked it out and he was good. Thank God. That shit's got to be scary. Titans pick is in. Do you think Jeremiah Love will hurt the Dolphins with the H-Chan contract? No, it shouldn't affect the H-Chan contract. Honestly, I would try to extend H-Chan before like Bijan and Gibbs get extended though. I think the trade probably started like I think 5 and 6 could have trades. What's the earliest you would take Basandas? I mean, I think at 30 it's fine, but it would be my favorite pick. It'd be more of a 43 type of thing. We're kind of flying. We're 30 minutes in, and we're about to get the fourth pick. Who do they take? This is where, honestly, I don't know. Genuinely don't know. Wow. Wow. Carnell Tate at 4. Dang. I guess. I mean, they want to get their quarterback weapon. That is first receiver off the board. I mean, from what I would hear, I knew they didn't love some of the defensive guys, especially once. Dang, I knew they wanted. I knew they were big on love. Interesting. I mean, I think it's a little bit of a reach, but Carnell Tate, good player, very good vertical route runner. I think, one of the more nuanced guys in the class, actually. Very good at the catch point. The ball skills, the in-air adjustments are really, really impressive. Late hands and making contested and like contorting in midair. It's very good work. Yeah, they're talking about him attacking the ball right now. Like, I do like the player. I don't think they're talking about slippery and elusive. I don't think he's very slippery and elusive. I don't think he's a great yak guy. Yeah, good start. I mean, no one that, like, I never expected any of those 4 to be there. So, I mean, having them goes. Yeah, they did need a receiver for it. Because who did they sign? Did they sign Wandale Robinson? I mean, they needed some guy that could play on the outside and be an X. Pick is in. Yeah, pick is in for the Giants. Browns are on the clock. I think the Browns were like a pretty big trade back rumor team, so good start there. I don't know. Giants. I think we could see Caleb Downs go here, but who knows? Genuinely, no, don't know what Giants have 2 picks here, so like they're probably thinking of differing scenarios, things that could play out. But yep. Oh, the Chiefs traded up to 6. Are the Chiefs going for Reese? I guess it depends on who the Giants took. Bum, 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 bum. Damn, the Chiefs traded up to the Browns pick. So they went from 6 to 9, right? Yeah. I'm interested to see what the price is on that. I imagine it's probably not that much in this class. Chiefs going receiver. They could also go. I've heard they liked Darvell Reese from some reports. But I guess if they really wanted to secure Tyson, they could also go Tyson. Because I do know 7 Washington has been pretty mocked to receivers. Let's go. Looking at what I got here. Okay. I'm on NFL Network. Yeah. You know what this I do think apparently that I know the Browns really like Fano. So and I heard they wanted to trade back and take him, but so they traded back, but they're still ahead of us. So if Fano is an option for Miami, he could go here at 9. Or Maui, no, I think they're pretty likely to take a O line. And I think the board. I mean, I'm very interested to see what the draft, like that trade, looks like for the Browns and the Chiefs. But I do think the board is looking pretty good for Miami. Nothing crazy. None of the guys that you're thinking about have gone off the board. You're gonna get at least 1 or 2 of them, potentially even more, as an option. Hopefully, the Dolphins end up taking them. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Downs goes here. I don't think Styles will, because apparently it said the Giants don't like Styles, but Downs could also go 10 to the Giants. So I mean, it doesn't matter either way. Um, but here I don't know. Downs, O line. I guess they could also take receiver. This will be interesting. Also, make sure to let me see what the. Make sure to leave a like on the stream and all that good stuff. Helps it out. Apparently, the Chiefs traded a 3rd round pick and a 5th round pick to move up 3 spots. So nothing crazy, but interesting. Let's see what the Giants do. Here we go. Arvell Reese. There he goes. Interesting. So they went with Arvell Reese. So wow. Okay. So I was thinking Reese to the Chiefs. Maybe they are just going for Tyson, right? Interesting. That's like last year they took Abdul Carter, and he's kind of like he's played off-ball linebacker and edge, but he's more of a true edge. Now they take Reese, who's played edge and off-ball linebacker, but he's more of an off-ball linebacker. Interesting going back to back there. I mean, their defense is athletic. I'll tell you that. They fly around. I hope the Chiefs want to Breeze. I mean, they didn't make the trade until after. Duo could be nasty, yeah. He gives you a lot of versatility. I mean, that dude is very good linear athlete, super strong. Did you hear about the Mahomes family connection with Tyson? No. But I mean, if they're comfortable with his injuries, it makes sense. Like Tyson has one of the highest ceilings of any player in this class. Like he just needs to figure out. I mean, the injury stuff, and then I think there's a few like it's more just comes down to details with his game. But he has a super high ceiling. He's so explosive. His in-air athleticism's out of this world. Twitched up. Yeah. But I think with Tate going pretty early, like, it wouldn't surprise me if they were like, okay, get ahead of the wide receiver run. And Reese was like one of the only defenders they were connected in with the trade up, but I think who else could it be? I mean, do they need a line? I know they took Josh Simmons last year at left tackle. I guess I'm just not 100% sure what they need. Bane, yeah, Bane is a possibility. The lane, I guess, if they wanted to secure a corner. I know they have like all their corners left this offseason. Joker rolls, yeah. Chiefs pick is in. Commanders are on the clock. Oh, no. Oof. I'm very excited to make these film breakdowns. I'll try to have them out pretty early tomorrow. Hopefully, one pretty early. I mean, the stream start or the. Oh, I want to actually hear what they say. They have him written down as edge, but it has linebacker on the bigger screen. They said they're going to use him in a unique way. I mean, I guess that. I was kind of curious to see if they like actually committed to a position off rip. I mean, if it's Jordan Tyson here, this is a really good spot for Miami. They could even get to 11 and potentially trade down a few spots and still get one of those guys. Because if Tyson goes, that's the guy that's like was more iffy to go top 10 ahead of where Miami picks. I'm hoping it's Tyson because he's not someone I'm looking for Miami. And Ruben Bain, apparently, that's what Rappaport's talking about. I mean, at Rappaport didn't even mention Tyson, so that's interesting. The Commanders took all 8 minutes, basically. That's funny. They were definitely on the phones trying to get out of there. Let's see. Here it is. This is interesting. I don't know. None of those would be that surprising. Surprised me. Here it is. Mansour Delano. Wow, they traded to secure the corner. It makes sense with, they got rid of McDuffie. They lost Watson. They lost a lot of corners. And Delane, like, with the McCoy injury thing, like, he was really the only top corner really going to go this high. So I guess makes sense. Reached 20 years old. Yes, he's very young. But wow, Delane was someone I thought, people thought there was a decent chance he gets to 11. I did make a little bit of money off that, I think, because I think I had Delane going before Ruben Bain. That's a bet I made. Made like $25. Yeah. I mean, Delane was someone I'm not mad about this because I don't know if the Miami would have taken him. Personally, I think he was an option, but like I do think maybe him being a little undersized is something they would have maybe not considered, but I don't know. We'll have to see what they do in this draft class at corner. Let's see, I had Delane as like I think my 10th overall player. So going at what 6, nothing crazy. Yeah, I had Delane as my 10th overall prospect. What do we have a lot of choices at a lot of choices at 11. That'd be crazy. I didn't know he was just 5'11. I mean, I don't think 5'11 is really small for a corner, to be honest. I think 5'11 is fine, especially if you're a high end athlete like Delane is and very smart. I don't think it's too small, but I don't know. I think 5'11 is fine. Downs or Styles? How much did I win on Mendoza 1 overall? And let's just say pretty nice, pretty nice sum. The odds were plus 6,000, so. Even Greer could have messed up this pick. Commander's pick is in. Saints on the clock. We're getting close, guys. I gotta remember to write down the timestamp when we're close. Do they teach you at school to be bombastic? I don't know. Timestamp, yeah. I gotta remember the timestamp. We're getting close. We're an hour and 18 into the stream. They could take Styles here. Or Downs. Could also go Tyson. I think they need receiver, right? But I'm not sure. I don't know. I haven't been keeping much tabs on the Commanders this offseason, so. Just waiting. Just waiting. Okay. Oh. I don't think I've ever seen that. Oh, he's announcing it. Sonny Styles. There goes Styles off the board. Shout out, Sonny. I think some people will be happy about that, but I was kind of hoping you'd make it, but I guess it was always Just never that realistic. That was one of my guys. I had Sonny Styles as the second highest. Highest overall prospect. I just think he's such a clean prospect. You know, former safety, the athleticism, like the improvement he made as like a shed guy, like so violent at the point of attack. Um. Oh my god, things freezing. Hopefully, I can get a little reset here. Damn, I think that's a good pick. And yeah, linebacker makes sense because I know they have Luvu, right? And I know they have. Do they still have Bobby Wagner? Or is Wagner gone now? I think just Wagner. Even if he's there, I mean, you're looking for a linebacker. Yeah, deconstructing blocks, the range, ability, and coverage. You can use him as a blitzer. Just closes ground so fast. And for a guy that's only been playing linebacker for like a couple years, I think he sees it and feels that position pretty well. Mhm. Now he's on the board, the Saints. And the Saints had been like super rumored for Delane, and so Delane's gone. Um, they could be a team that goes Bane here. That's definitely a possibility. I'm trying to who else is available. We got Downs is obviously the highest on my board. I don't know. I don't think they need offensive line, right? Because they took Kelvin Banks last year, and they also have Fuanga, right? They've taken tackle back to back, or like in 2 out of the last 3. So probably not that. Do they need a receiver? They might need receiver too. This feels like a decent Bane spot though. Honestly, I think the Browns. I think the Saints are the threat for Bane. I think the Browns are the threat for the offensive lineman, and then I think the Giants, who are ahead of us, are a threat for Downs. But that's 3 picks ahead of us. But I think, there's still 3 linemen I would take in Maui Noah, Fano, and Ioane, and then they're still down. So that's more than 3 right there. And there's still Bane. So there's like 5 guys that like I'd be down to take, and there's only 3 more picks ahead of us. So I mean, we're still in good shape to at least get 2 options. Uh, I'm hoping the Browns go like a surprise offensive lineman and go like Freeling or something. That would be awesome. That would be very, very helpful. Saints could also go downs for sure. Really, force them. I know Bane, Fano, Ioane, downs all in order. Yeah, and there's even a few other guys that I would take, but I think those are the 5 that are most likely. Saints and Browns picks both in, and they're going to commercial. I think that's the first commercial, right? Since it's actually started. I guess I can hit an ad. If we trade down, would you rather have picks for 2027? Honestly, I don't think teams are going to be offering much 2027. I mean, I would be down to get like, if depending how far you trade down. If you trade down a decent chunk, like yeah, I'm trying to get a 2027 pick and 2026 picks, like maybe one of each. But if you only trade down a little bit, like I'm not expecting 2027 stuff. Probably only like second commercial, whatever. Downs, if they're Giants will take them, I think so too. I mean, I'd love that. Love a surprise pick like that. But I don't think there's been anything crazy. Okay, I need to. Oh, I just went on Twitter. Thank God I didn't say anything. I like uh, went blank right there and started scrolling. Yeah, no O lineman gone, so I think O line is still probably like pretty likely for Miami. I think Miami could start. The Browns will probably be the ones that start the run, but I think Miami could definitely continue that run, and you could see it happen. Cowboys probably don't go O line, but after that, you could see a pretty big run of O linemen in that teen area, like a handful of them going. I'm also down to trade back. Say like who's like say like the team that picking like 13, 14, 15 just want to trade up, secure their guy. I'd be down to trade back a few spots and probably still get one of those players we're talking about. I'm not picky. You're addicted, yeah. Thank God I didn't say anything. Because Twitter is always tipping picks. Like, I want to see it announced. Don't understand the Bane pick. That's exactly what Greer would do. Is it? I mean, my top is Downs. Top tier would be Downs. Then after that, I mean, I think it depends on the health of Maui Noah. I would probably have Bane after Downs. If Maui Noah's back is checked out, then I would probably have him after that. Then hold on, let me look at my board. Apparently the picks are like in pretty heavy. Like the Giants pick is in. Apparently Miami is on the clock. Miami is on the clock. They just haven't announced pick 8, 9, 10 yet. Oh, okay, here we go. Saints about to pick. It doesn't look like they're wasting any time with this either. Or I don't know. Okay, maybe they are wasting time. The Saints select Jordan Tyson. So they did go receiver. Dang, that's good for Miami. That is good. That is good. Interesting. I mean, they needed some, I think, receiver help after Olave, but damn. There we go. Yep, Jordan Tyson's really good. I'll be honest, guys. I'll be pretty upset if Downs is on the board and they pass. Even if it's someone I like, I just feel like I'm gonna end up being a little disappointed. But so like if he does go, at least I get rid of that potential disappointment. Timestamp, let's go eye on you. Thank you. We're getting close to the timestamp. Yeah, we're an hour and a half in. So probably about an hour and 40 by the time we actually end up picking. Timestamp. Okay, we're close. Yeah. I just have a bad feeling it's gonna be like between like Downs and like Fano or something, and then we're gonna take Fano and people are gonna be so mad. Tyson emotional. That's what it's all about. Yeah, but I do think we'll probably see um, offensive tackle. I mean, I hope Tyson stays healthy. I think he's super, super talented, man. Like, his explosiveness and twitch is like really, really good. Like the stuff you look out for in like high end receivers. I think if he can work on like just being in the right spot, work on like the timing of his routes, like he's gonna be special. He's got that yak ability. I think um, he can make some really impressive plays at the catch point. Just about finding some consistency, and he could be real special. Mm. I'm assuming Miami probably made. They haven't said anything, but I'm assuming they like the clock probably would have ran out by now. They probably have to have their pick in, or they probably would have announced if like a trade was happening because I know they've been on the clock for a while now. Okay. Good for Tyson, man. Oh, he just said they just said 3 minutes and some change on the clock left for Miami. So apparently their pick is not officially in. This is where you probably see the first alignment go. And according to reports, they really like Fano, so are we about to get to 11 and it's going to be like Bane and Maui Noah? It's going to be the Miami kids between the choice. And then who do you take? The one with the back injury or the one with the short arms? uh, I actually am a little surprised we haven't seen an offensive lineman go yet. But once we see one go, I think you're going to see a lot go. Miami has 2 minutes left on the clock. They're still talking. Here it is. Spencer Fano. There it is. I mean that was expected. I mean, that's we've talked about Fano a lot. There goes my I mean we're about to see Downs off the clock, huh? Fano gone. Yeah, great mover in space, man. Like he plays with some nastiness. He obviously needs to work on his anchor. He has some shorter arms. I will be interested to see. They announced him as a tackle, so I assume they're going to play him as a tackle. Wouldn't be surprised to see him move around throughout his career and honestly play almost every single position. Apparently, Miami's using every second. Imagine the Dolphins just troll. Yeah, so best players are Downs, Bane, Maui Noah, Ioane. If they didn't pick one of those four guys, if they were at 11, I'd be pretty disappointed. I gotta put the timestamp. Okay, Giants about to pick. Who is it? Maui Noah. Oh my god, Downs or Bane. Please don't fuck this up. Please don't mess this up. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, I have to block what you guys are saying because I don't need to be spoiled. Just in case. Yeah, he might play guard for them. Oh my god, here we go. Downs or Bane? I mean, the tackles went. Like, Ioane is still an option, but like, I thought they wanted someone with a tackle guard versatility. Wait, it has Dallas ahead of Miami. Did they mess up? Did we trade back one spot? Wait. We traded back one? I love it. To get what? Wait, we need to see details. Wait, what did they just say? I missed it. It sounded like there was a swap. I imagine it's not much because it's only going back one spot. We traded back. Oh my god. I love trade backs. Trading back one spot's funny. I'm guessing Dallas is going for, I mean, either Downs or Bane, right? I heard, apparently, I don't know if they like Bane. I watched some Cowboys content creators. They say their sources, the Dallas Cowboys don't like Bane, but who knows if that's true. We trade down to 20, are you sure? Because they just said we traded back to 12. Okay, I don't want to go on. I'm trying to get information, but I don't want to go and get it spoiled on the Dolphins pick. Okay, yeah, you guys are okay. Does anyone have the trade details? Because I don't think it's going to be much, but if anyone can just put the trade details in chat, that would be much appreciated. We get 177 and 180. That was, we got like 2 5ths to go back one spot. No, I don't think we got 12. We did not get 12 and 20 to go back one spot. That'd be insane. Okay, yeah. We got 2 5ths. Let's go. We needed. Wait, do we literally have 4 5th-round picks now? Oh my god. I think they're gonna take Caleb Downs though, so that's kind of sad. But I mean, Dolphins have 13 picks now. It also gives you some ammo to do maybe if you want to move up from 30, you need an extra 5th, throw it in there, you know? It gives you more trade up versatility. I mean, if they were gonna take Bane, I mean, I'm pretty sure the Cowboys will take Downs. From my understanding, I think they would take Downs from because I actually do follow a decent amount of Cowboys content creators. I'm guessing it's Downs, but we'll see. I mean, I would have taken Downs. But if they weren't going to take Downs, might as well trade back, pick up 2 5th-round picks, and still take, whatever they're going to take. I would take Bane at 12. I think either Bane or Downs. That's why they traded back. Yeah, I mean, I'm imagining they probably had Downs and Bane maybe graded very closely, and they were just thinking like, "Hey, we got 2 5th-round picks. We'll take the other one." And maybe they did want to take safety with their first pick. I don't know. I don't know. But also, who knows what? I mean, they could still go a different direction. But I'm guessing it's Downs. Yeah, we're at 12. Guys, I'm pretty sure this pick will be Downs. I'm upset by it too. But if they were never going to take Downs, that just means to me that they weren't going to take Downs at 11, and they just decided to get 2 5th-round picks out of it. That's what that tells me. If that's where this goes, or maybe they were never going to take Bane and they take Bane, but I think it's going to be Downs. We'll see though. Oh man, I would have loved to watch Caleb Downs. I'm already coping. I would have loved to watch Caleb Downs for a long time, but imagine they don't take Bane either. Oh, people would be pissed. I mean, if it's a Ioane, I think people would be fine, but oof. Wait, is there anyone else that I'm missing that should be? Okay, so Downs, Styles gone, Love gone, Reese gone, Bane gone, or no, Bane's there. Maui gone, Ioane available, Delane gone. Okay, I have you guys blocked. Okay, let's put the timestamp around 1:40, like 45. We're an hour and 42 minutes in, but I don't know. We're back from commercial. Okay, so the Dolphins pick is in. Apparently, they took 8 minutes for both. I love that, dude. John is working the phone, bro. Here they'll break my heart a little bit, right? It's Downs, right? Is it? Caleb Downs, yep. Ah. They must have really wanted him. Shout out my guy Caleb. Man, please. Just give me Bane at this point. I have you guys blocked, so I don't know what you guys are saying. I don't want to risk it. I'm sorry. I'm not getting spoiled. I don't want to see that. Oh. I'm stressed. I'm stressed, guys. Whoever this is, I'll try to pull up some clips. I'll obviously try to get some big analysis into it. Once we've clocked in. Let's see. Okay, Caleb. Need you to walk through. Yeah. Shout out Caleb, one of the best safety prospects I've ever watched. One of the smartest players. But, it's just a value thing when it comes to safety, I guess, with what they're thinking. He is Josh Downs' brother. I guess I just love the Downs family because Josh Downs was one of my guys back in that draft. I have to like Gosh, yeah, I got you guys completely blocked. No idea what you guys are saying. Oh man. Okay, come on. Now the way to really mess this up is if they. Oh man. Uh, the way they really mess this up is end up, not taking someone I like. Then I would be pissed. But I guess at least it would be with a trade back. So that means they weren't taking Caleb Downs. That's what that tells me. If they're trading back, that means they weren't taking Caleb Downs at 11. That means they were going to take whoever they take here. Because if they really wanted Downs, they would just take him at 11 instead of getting 2 5ths. I'm hoping for Ruben Bain. If it's not Ruben Bain, I'm down for also Venga Ioane. Outside of that, I don't know. If it is Ruben Bain, it'll be funny because I think Ruben Bain was my first draft film breakdown I did this offseason. Some of you probably already know the pick. I wouldn't be surprised. Not looking at anything. I'm trying to. Uh, come on, come on, come on. I don't know. Don't worry, I've timestamped it. We're an hour and 47 minutes in. And it should be happening here in the next couple minutes. Come on. Caleb Downs currently talking. Will always be a what if, but as long as they don't mess this up. Because we'll have to look at this as like this player we take right now, and then our 2 5th-round picks, whoever we take there, in comparison to Downs. That will be what we weigh it against. Pick is in. Come on. Detroit Lions are on the clock. Did they trade up? I just saw Lions on the clock. Did they trade up after like Baltimore or to the Rams? Obviously, Dolphins are picking. Dolphins about to pick. This is it. I'm stressed. Oh my god, please. Come on. Oh my god. Of course they did. Oh my god. They were just always gonna go line. Oh, I don't even want to look at the chat. Oh my god. It's just. See, this was one of those. It was one of the. Yep. Damn. Kadyn Proctor, guys. It's a risky pick. It is a risky pick. I mean, the dude is huge. He's huge and athletic. They're betting on traits. And, he has some high level film, but he also has some really rough film. If you look at his early season film, it's rough because he comes in weighing at about 400. So they got to hope this guy gets in shape. Because apparently when he's in the building, he can get in shape and he works. But apparently when maybe they have off time, it's not quite that way. I mean, oh my god. He's gonna play guard. Now I really wish Spencer Fano just fell to them. The highest boomer bust pick, yeah. Kadyn Proctor, man. Why did I think it was gonna be Ruben Bain? I've been saying the whole time Ruben Bain was not gonna be the pick. They weren't gonna take a short-armed off a defensive end. He was just easily the highest player left on the board for me, at least. Oof. Well, Proctor would have been there at 30. I don't think so. I don't think he would have been there at 30, but it doesn't matter either way. Damn. Why not get Ioane? They want a guy that's, my guess, has guard and tackle versatility. They probably can play him as guard and tackle. I literally think they value versatility. And they probably see him as more of a scheme fit than Ioane, but yeah. It's a very, it's one of those picks that could work out a lot better than I expected to, but it's not very excited about it. Dang it, man. That it. The picks coming into the day, it was Proctor, Freeling, Falk that I'm like, I could see them liking them a lot more than I do, and it turns out that was the case. Hope it works out, but to be fair, this is one of those picks where it comes down to the team has better info than we do. They have to feel really comfortable with him as a person, because if he does come in with the right weight, like he can be, I think, a very good player from this class. It's just I don't like making that type of pick that early. Smells like a career pick. I mean, this is a Packers type of pick. This is what you're getting from this new regime. They are going to take those types of things. But yeah, I'm gonna have to really I will definitely do a deep dive on some Kadyn Proctor film. Your versatility, no one moves their starting a lot of players around. They did in Green Bay. All those starters have played like every single spot. Wow. Dang. I don't have anything on or I guess I can pull up any Kadyn Proctor clips, I guess. If I can find any out there real quick. Hopefully someone has some stuff on Twitter. Trying to find some stuff. Hold on, I'm scrolling through. Okay. Here's some shout out No Flags film on Twitter. He posted this. Here's Proctor. Some clips. Definitely a guy, who can create some movement and run support. It's really about like the weight stuff. I mean, he's a good athlete for his size. Like they've used him as like a wildcat back. He can anchor down fairly well in pass pro. I actually do think he'll be a better guard than tackle, so I think he's going to be viewed as a guard at least early on in his career. I think this is against who is this against? Vanderbilt? But yeah, I mean, obviously there's some things you can work with. It's just about consistency for him. And the Dolphins are a team that, they're not they were on like a path where they can, probably take some time to develop guys, but yep. Not surprising. We'll see how it works out. Rather shedding tears. Well, I would have just stayed at 11 and took Caleb Downs. I guess at least you got 2 5th-round picks out of it, right? Guess it's better than just taking Kadyn Proctor at 11. They may have their worst rushing offense in like 15 years. I mean, yeah, I don't really think that had anything to do with Proctor, though. But they wanted huge guys. If you looked at Green Bay, they were trying to get huge people. We needed impact, not projects. Well, I mean, I think they were looking for guys that they can develop into huge impacts because they don't think they're going to be super competitive right away. Pirates okay, right? Don't have to go so hard. I'm just telling you their thought process. I wouldn't do it, but that is probably their thought process. He also got Ty Simpson killed. In early season games. But I mean, I think his film is better later on. I mean, I just think that's an oversimplification. I mean, this is a Green Bay pick, guys. Like, it really was. Like, it was about Green Bay as they get. So this is what you were expect. Like, these are like taking a Kadyn Proctor or Keldrick Falk was never out of the cards because this is something they would do in Green Bay. So Dolphins Twitter's getting annihilated. I don't even want to go on there. At least it wasn't Falk. Honestly, wait, where do I have Proctor ranked? Let me check where I have Proctor ranked. Okay, I have Proctor as the 24th overall prospect. So, a reach for me, but I do technically have Falk rated lower than that, so yeah. He's going to start guard and turn tackle once Austin Jackson's hurt? Yeah, probably. Whoa! Ty Simpson at pick 13? Whoa! That's a surprise. Wow. I know they've been wanting to take a QB. He fits their system. Wow. Okay. Didn't expect that. I need to go. Yeah, I mean, it's a great scheme fit. That's surprising. Is Proctor going to play guard already? Yes, my guess. He would play guard. Wow. Twitter's always ad, yeah. What is left? So how did someone know Simpson was a pick 10 minutes ago? The people are there. They get tipped off, so they just post it on Twitter. Start at guard and transitional tackle, or only guard? I mean, I think probably guard transition to tackle. I mean, Simpson to Rams is not surprising from like a fit perspective, and they've been thinking about taking QB for years, but like he had not been mocked there like at all, or like rumored there at all, really, like this early. Oof. Oh. I gotta, let me see. Do I have some. What are Proctor dates? Hold on. Kind of make sure I have Alabama offensive line film. 2025, hopefully. Okay. Okay, so some info on Proctor. Obviously, spent his time at Alabama. Crazy size, like almost 6'7", 352 pounds. There's a story where like he came to Alabama this year and weighed about 400 pounds, and he did struggle to start the year. when he weighed 400 pounds, but then once he was able to get in the weight room, lose some weight, once he weighed around 350, his film improved a lot. Um, Moves pretty well for his size. Like for a guy his size, like he's a pretty dang good athlete. Obviously, they've played him like in a lot of, they moved him around, moved him like he played fullback. They threw him the ball sometimes. They gave him handoffs, wildcat quarterback type of athlete stuff. They would use him. He's a true junior, 3-year starter at left tackle. Let me look up his age. Actually, I don't have his age in front of me. But he's 20 years old. So yeah, they're drafting young. I mean, I think age probably also plays a part of it. I think there's some more questions in pass pro than there is in the run game, but like clearly there's flashes in the run game of him moving people and having some nice movement skills. But it's really just about the tape being inconsistent. He has some crazy tools. Where's his arm length actually? His length is 33 3/8. I mean, I think he's more of a guard, but I think he could see as a guy to transition to tackle. Probably someone that they move around. But we'll see. 3 years at tackle, he's not moving to guard. I would be surprised if he didn't start at guard, to be honest. Definitely on sevens when Sean was running behind the road graders on the left side of the run. I don't know. With such a mobile QB like Malik Y. Proctor, better options there. I mean, they're trying to build. I think you build the offense through the run game. I think that's sort of the idea. I think that was like the plan with like going with Fano. Bane plummeting, yeah. Ioane just went 14. 6'7" guard. He is tall for a guard. I mean, 6'6", 5'8", but like he has the compact build. Well, he also has a lot of weight behind it. If he was tall and like slim, like Monroe Freeling, then I could understand. But honestly, I think he projects a guard. I would be surprised if he did not play guard off rip, and especially with the players they have on offense. Like, I would be surprised if he never played guard. I would be surprised if he mostly ends up being a tackle, but I would be surprised if he never ends up playing some guard for you. Would you take Bane at 30? Hell yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if the player we take at 30 I like more than the player we take at 11, potentially. Do you think Proctor can be a better guard than Ioane? I mean, I guess he could be, but I would have just taken Ioane. Oh. Yeah, so Ioane, I mean, solid pick for them. Let's go, and I gotta go to my... Gotta add the name. Let's go Baltimore Ravens. For Ioane. Because my Ioane videos are up. I mean, that's just a good pick, yeah. I mean, Baltimore knows what they're doing. That's good value. They always pick in that range, and, you know, they took... Didn't they take Kyle Hamilton at like 14 or something like that as well? Just take the guy that falls. We'll have to they didn't like Boehner either, or he would have went too. Yeah, I mean, I think it's the arm length thing. Also, maybe questions. I do love the trade. I mean, yeah, I don't disagree, Nelson, about the Downs thing, but really wanted to trust this new GM too. I mean, I would probably give him the whole draft before, you know, giving up on him completely, but that's my beef, a reach. Yeah, I know, but like I'll say this: just because I have him ranked 24th does not mean that's where the NFL teams have him ranked. You know, is Proctor not a gap or power scheme player? He definitely has a lot of gap and power scheme to his ability, but I think he can work in like a zone scheme well enough on like, especially at guard. I think he can work. So many people are ready to pick. Yeah, I mean, I get it. Trust me. But like, here's the thing: NFL teams sometimes they view it different than the media. Like, teams would not be surprised if teams had him in the top 15. You know, like some teams probably did, some teams probably didn't. But I don't know. You never know. But not a huge fan of it. I'm gonna have to do a. I'm gonna really study his film tonight because I have not watched Kadyn Proctor film in a hot minute. So I'll give you my. I'm gonna probably watch early season film to see the bad stuff and then see how much if he does improve if he loses the weight. But yeah, we'll see. Don't you think such a big fella may have an issues playing that Miami Heat? Yeah, maybe. That is something you got to consider. Doesn't seem like a fit. I mean, I think he can fit. If you're playing guard, you don't need to be an elite athlete to play guard in this offense. To play tackle and center, probably. But it's more so about like creating movement. It's not like Borum's a high end mover. Uh, I think you just need like decent movement skills, and it's more about like run game movement, displacing people. I prefer like the more athletic guy, like a Fano for sure. Is a better pick than we if we took Falk. I had Proctor graded higher than Falk. Yeah, people are saying JS is Ireland 2.0. I mean, I wouldn't go that. I mean, it's only been I never heard a single person mock Proctor the Dolphins. I mean, I never mocked him, but I did talk about him as a possibility. Like I said, him and Freeling, I would not be surprised if the Dolphins liked him quite a bit. Like they were the Falk territory, where like, oh, they're gonna love their tools. Um, Now I did think it was more of a trade back option, which I guess it was a trade back. I mean, I don't really consider it much of a trade back because they only went back one spot. But any injury history with Proctor? Nothing. I don't think anything major. Nothing I've seen. I mean, I do love that he's young. He is 20, which is means there's a lot of room for growth, and like it's really I think he can be quite a good NFL player if he fixes the weight issue on a consistent basis. Because apparently, like Nick Saban talked about it. I would recommend looking up the Nick Saban quote. He said like sometimes he would come in and like be overweight, but like when they got him like in the building, like he worked hard and like lost weight. But it seemed like when he was on his own, he kind of faltered. But he is very young, so maybe they have hope in that. That's at least what my guess is. I wouldn't have drafted him. I want to make that clear. I'm just trying to bring some logic to the situation. Hold on, I'm trying to look up his injury history. Uh, I guess it at least gives me a player to watch I haven't watched in a while. Apparently he had a shoulder injury in 2024, but it wasn't anything major. Uh, let's see. And there goes Ruben Bain. Good pick. Good pick, Buccaneers. Imagine Keldrick Falk falls to 30 and we take both like the young guys that are projects. Oh, it'd be so funny. At this point, it'd be funny. It would also be like, I mean, I guess you're betting on the future. Hold on. I really hope. I mean, day 2 is where I was gonna have my most fun, anyways. At least take you. Every pick's not gonna be a hit for me, you know. Not every pick's gonna be one I love. I'm just hoping the rest of the draft is a little more my type. He didn't improve, bro. He couldn't get any worse. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I'm gonna watch to confirm, but from my recollection, I don't agree with that, and I don't think a lot of. Let me look up. Actually, you know what? Let me look up what Brandon Thorne has to say about Kadyn Proctor because he's the no-line guy. Let's see. Let's see what Kadyn Proctor said, or what Brandon Thorne said about Kadyn Proctor. He said Kadyn Proctor is a mountain man with rare size, natural power, and arguably the best physical traits in the class. However, his top-heavy playstyle and consistent technique leads to too many clean losses, especially on true island reps, where rushers can force him to open or overextend. Fair way to put it. The flashes suggest a high ceiling, but the gap between his elite traits and current technical foundation could create a low 4. He says, at least initially, leaving him with a round 2 grade on my board, despite likely round 1 draft capital. That's what I had as well. He said a move inside to guard may ultimately unlock his best football. He is a former 5-star recruit. Started 40 career games at left tackle. He said, okay, his strengths: massive frame with a dense build and rare amount of lean muscle mass, jarring power at the point of attack to uproot and overwhelm defenders, flashes of anchor and ending reps on command once latched, rugged, aggressive demeanor leads to punishing finishes and blows on defenders. Areas of improvement: undisciplined, erratic positional leverage and pass protection, creates soft edges and short corners, bad habit of dipping head into contact, and then upright playing style saps his power. He had him as offensive tackle too, but I don't know which players he had graded as a tackle. Yeah. Listen, people were pissed about Patrick Paul too. Yeah, there is some Patrick Paul to this pick, and that pick is risky. It can work out, it cannot. But yeah, we'll see. He has no business in the NFL. I mean, I don't know about that. The rest of the draft's gonna be very fun, but we end up picking twice in the second round too. And we end. Oh, you think we trade back from 30? Yeah. I mean, we didn't go defense at 30, so maybe defense at 30. It's just such a reach for Proctor minus minute. I agree. I also think it is a reach, but it is one of those high upside picks where it could end up being worth, that draft value. But like, I wouldn't bet on it. I had Asher over Proctor, and he doesn't have a weight issue. I think they're both kind of question marks in my opinion. I think I had them graded pretty closely. It also depends on what his age was. Where do I have Proctor? Funnily enough, I had Natcher as the 23rd guy and Proctor as the 24th guy, so pretty up and down. Think Miami. I don't think they would trade 30 from this far out. Yes, I've seen the Saban quote. Kenyon Sadiq to the Jets. Interesting. That's a bit of a reach as well for me personally, but it's not a bad pick. Who did else? They took Sadiq and say it, Bailey, right? Interesting. Interesting for the Jets. I gotta get to my. I will be very interested to see the reactions to this. I'll probably watch the reactions that other streamers or other YouTubers had tomorrow. Should be fun. Are other people coping? Why can't I find Sadiq? Oh yeah, there he is. Oh yeah, they did take Mason Taylor last year, huh? Great draft for the Jets, A+. Personally, not for me. I mean, Bailey at 2 is a pretty big reach, but you have to take him in this class at 2. That's probably where he goes. And then Sadiq, I actually have Sadiq graded as a worse prospect than Proctor. I know probably people don't agree with that, but I have Sadiq as the 29th player. I had Proctor as 24th. So I guess it's about the same reach, in my opinion. No, I definitely understand. I get people being upset. I will also say give the kid a chance, but it's fair to be, critical. I think it's a reach. I can understand the vision behind it. Like, I understand why they made the pick. And it was not something that surprised me because if you look at Green Bay, they kept drafting bigger and bigger offensive linemen, which I actually think kind of hurt them. Because I don't think getting like sometimes, there's gonna be question marks. There's gonna be losses. Like Proctor, I think in year one, you're gonna see some bad losses, but you're gonna see some big time flashes. I will say this, like, I think Proctor will be better than Jonah, but he will have losses that will kind of look like Jonah's from time to time. But I think he'll be better than Jonah. But that's not saying much, to be fair. I wonder what they do with Proctor, though, position-wise, off rip. Because he played most of his years at left tackle. He ain't playing left tackle. At least not when Paul's healthy. Maybe if Paul ever got hurt or something, knock on wood. But what do? You think they put him maybe left guard? Move Jonah back to right guard? Or do you put Proctor at right guard and then he bumps out to right tackle if Jackson ever got hurt? Sorry, I got the hiccups. Ryder, good question. Which players do you like in the range of extra picks we got? Oh, yeah, good question. Honestly, some extra round 5 picks is nice. I'm thinking, let me take a look here. Maybe you end up getting like, because we haven't talked too much about defensive tackles, but maybe you can end up getting some guys there that fall that are intriguing. Maybe, trying to think who could be there. Like a Zane Durant. I like guys like maybe some DBs. Maybe you end up getting some guys that fall, or you go guys like Devin Marshall, Jaden Kennedy, Charles Demings would be intriguing. Maybe if you see some safeties fall there, I don't know who would be there, to be honest. Linebacker, maybe a guy like Keyshawn Elliott. Would be interesting in that range. Maybe if Kyle Lewis falls a little bit. You have a lot of flexibility. Have you even thought about Paul next to Proctor? Yeah, that would be a lot of size on that size. Damani Jackson, yeah, that's not a bad shout. Guys like Max Llewellyn, then maybe some other developmental edges, guys like Vincent Anthony, Anthony Lucas. It's hard to predict who's going to be there. Is he kind of like Booker? He is, well, Booker played always guard. I mean, Booker did go in that range last year, right? He did go 12, actually, right? The Cowboys last year. I would say Booker was a little more consistent, but Proctor has better movement skills. Booker has a higher floor, but Proctor has a higher ceiling. Yeah. He's more athletic than Booker. Got homework to do tomorrow evening. Yeah. I'll be live tomorrow and, maybe live the rest of the day. I'm gonna be live pretty much all draft weekend. I mean, now we have so many picks. I got a lot of, who's the pro comp for Proctor? You know what? I actually did just see, I think Brandon Thorpe had, Roger Saffield, which I thought was interesting. Mason Riger's also a good shot with the 5th round picks. He played like a long time in the NFL for like the Rams. Apparently, I know Detroit has been rumored to be in on Proctor, and they were picking 17. But so I wonder if they go like Freeling here or something, because they were all about Proctor, at least from the rumors I've heard. And Proctor does seem like a Lions pick, just like a mauling offensive lineman. Man, I mean, I like. It's not my favorite pick, but it was where the cards were, aligned. Cards were aligned. Them taking a big lineman, you just listen to what they're saying about trenches. All the quotes, a big athletic guy. Not surprising. I mean, we got so many picks. We'll see how it goes. There's still a lot of ways to figure this out, and if Proctor ends up developing, I'm gonna look up. Blake Miller. Okay, so they went Blake Miller. So they also went tackle. Good for Blake Miller. He's another guy that I liked. I had him ranked around Proctor as well. But I think the difference with guys like Proctor, difference from like the other tackles like Ian Atcher, Freeling, and Blake Miller, who just went. I think they're tackle only guys. I think Proctor. Yeah, that's talk about a reach, Blake Miller. I mean, I thought Blake Miller was gonna go like early 20s, so I don't think it's that crazy. But it is probably a little bit of a reach. Are we drafting for need or best player available? Because Proctor is neither. Well, to be fair, we don't know what their board looks like, so maybe Proctor is best player available on their board. My guess is they're drafting a mix of everything. They're weighing, best player available, need, and like also going for ceiling. I think their left tackle left, and they're moving. Penny Sewell is going to left tackle, and Blake Miller will probably play right tackle for them. How is it possible for Solon to be worse than Chris Greer at drafting players? Well, I mean, I think that's a bit of an overreaction, guys. It's literally one pick. What kind of culture are we having? If this guy has motivation. Well, I'm pretty sure, like, character-wise, he actually has pretty good character. Caleb Banks. Well, they didn't take Thieneman. They'd been projected Thieneman a lot. That's a reach. Now, that's a risky pick. Because he's got injuries. He's got question marks about ability as well. But hold on, I'm trying to look in. I'm trying to find. I definitely need to watch some. Like, I would like to hear Kadyn Proctor speak. I'd like to hear him. I don't, because he wasn't here, right? We didn't hear any interviews. I would be interested to see. I'll take Dylan. Thieneman would save the draft already. People would be like, "We're so back." I do want to hear some interviews just to hear his mindset. I got to jump to live. I just lagged. Did he? I haven't seen any Proctor interviews. Don't you think Proctor's limited lateral agility is an issue in Bobby Suggs' offense? I think at tackle would be more of an issue. I think when you're in guard in Miami's offense, I think you just need to be in like that sort of average range laterally, which I think he is. And I think he can create enough movement on the inside. I think maybe I don't know. I mean, obviously, I prefer high end movement skills, but I think when you have like that size to him, and you're still a pretty good mover for his size, and you can move people, I think it can be enough in this type of system. I don't think he moves as slow as like I actually have more question marks about him in pass pro than in in the run game. And to be fair, the Dolphins system should help him in pass protection, hopefully. He's gonna come in and work his ass. I mean, I hope. He explained his receiving package when he was picked. It was called the Krispy Kreme package because he used to eat donuts until he would yak. That's funny. Says he collects cologne because people think that fat people stink and he keeps it fresh. Interesting. Proctor's 40 was 5'2". I mean, that's not slow, especially at his size. Like, I don't think he's a great athlete, but I think he's pretty solid. And when you consider his size, yeah, I think he could be fine. Hopefully, I don't know. I mean, hopefully it works out. Proctor is slow and unathletic. I disagree. If he was slow and unathletic, they would not be giving him the football. Like, realistically, right? Like, now there are problems with his game, but it's mostly about like technical issues that kind of come into play. Playing a little too far over the top. Weight issues can also. I also think maybe you're seeing him be slower when he was weighing 400 pounds. That also could have been something that you're seeing. I think just working on that consistency, playing too high, he definitely can play a little too over the top. But when he latches on to people, I think he's really hard to beat. So it's just finding that consistency. Hopefully they can figure that out. Passing on downs for Proctor is wild to me. I agree. But had cement feeding games, yeah. Jonah did not, yeah. I remember when he tested, I remember being surprised by his testing numbers because that was like, I thought he was like an okay athlete on film in college, but I was like, he tested like elite. I'm like, that's crazy. Caleb, that's Caleb Proctor. Apparently, the Eagles just traded with the Cowboys. Interesting. Panthers about to pick. Yep, we're seeing the O line run. That probably means Proctor was going in this range because 17, 19. Who just went at 18, actually? I kind of forget. It was Blake Miller, right? No, Blake Miller went 17. Who went 18? Oh, it was Caleb Banks. But yeah. Yeah, I read that out earlier. Walu. Proctor was his OT too. But I also think he had some of the tackles as guards. Ten more picks to go. Who's still available? Let's see. On my stack, we still got Omar Cooper. Makai Lemon's still available, right? Makai Lemon didn't get taken, right? I'm not. Lemon, Omar Cooper, McDonald, Concepcion, Chris Johnson, Ian Achor, Emmanuel McNeil Warren, Peter Woods, Keldrick Falk. I mean, there's gonna be a good player there. Who did they trade up for? Lemon, probably. I just realized Lemon's on the board, and that's who. Dog. He's so good. Yeah, probably gonna be. Bye bye, AJ Brown. I mean, Makai Lemon's like my receiver one, so obviously, I mean, I think pretty highly of that pick. Thieneman, for sure. I would love Thieneman at 30. I would, honestly, if you just, in my head, if I just swapped Thieneman to be pick 12 and Proctor to be 30, it'd be a lot, it'd make a lot more sense in my head to me. Because I actually have Thieneman ranked around 12, and I have Proctor ranked like 23, so. Um, McCoy is still available. Yeah. I think that my biggest problem with the Proctor pick is this is your first pick, right? Your first pick, and you took one of the bigger boomer bust guys. Because like at least with like he has a very high ceiling. Don't get me wrong, and I know the Dolphins are going to be competing right away, so like they're probably thinking of that timeline. But I think at least with Folk, I think Folk at least ceiling his floor was high as a run defender. So like even if he never reached his ceiling as a pass rusher, which I don't think he will, he at least would have like some value to his game. I'm like I could see Proctor being a bust. Like I think that is like a realistic scenario. Oh yeah, I have this pulled up. Why am I not just looking at? I have the thing. Don't be talking McCoy Ryder. I mean, yeah, I probably McCoy's another risky pick. The weight issue is a problem, but maybe the kid, could show some maturity. He is 20 years old. Really got to get these clips after this. Where do you see us putting Proctor? I think he'll probably play guard off rip and then maybe transition to right tackle. Proctor, okay, wait, pass it downs. Yeah. We're going McCoy. I mean, it's another risky pick. At least 3 receivers to be had in round 2 or even round 3 who would seamlessly replace Waddle. Personally, I don't think there's a single receiver in this draft that can seamlessly replace Waddle. But guard at 6'7". Yeah, but you guys have to understand, he's not like usually tackles that are that tall. They also, end up weighing like 320, 315. Like they have that lean sort of build and they're long. Proctor is 350. He has that compact build. He has the play style of a guard. Like I think he can transition to guard. And the last line, Proctor size who has done well in the NFL. I'm in there. I'm listening to Mekhi Lemon. He's he's comedy, bro. uh oh, the Steelers are picking. I mean, there's definitely offensive linemen out there. I don't know them off the top of my head. I personally don't love super huge offensive linemen. Yeah, Mekhi Lemon just went 20th. Da 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 da. Damn. They're really going all out for this pick, huh? I mean, they are in Pittsburgh. Yeah, Jordan Mailata is someone with similar size, right? Mailata, who's left tackle for the Eagles, he's like 6'8", 360 or something like that. Obviously, some the best of all time, but I'm not going to even say their names. But I mean, you are kind of swinging for the fences. Who do they go here? Woo! Come on. Okay, they're about to announce, right? Please. Come on. Let me see it. I should probably, Oh, Maxi Hanashore. There we go. Really going on a offensive lineman run, huh? So, Hanashore to the Steelers. Yeah, that offensive lineman run happened quick. Pass gets slow, big doesn't get small. Yep, that's that's why Proctor was always in play as one of those guys. It was like Proctor on the O line and um Bulk on the defensive side. Ryder already working. I mean, I'm trying to look. I'm trying to like just have like film ready to go so I can watch. Yeah, I mean, I had seen a lot of talk about, you know, the offensive line run happening in that scene range. I hope Thieneman lasts. I mean, Thieneman would be the idea. Going to the Steelers. I mean, yeah, they're talking about him right now. He was an interesting prospect. Hasn't played that much, but like he was one of the guys that I liked as like a potential tackle in this class. I want to see the Proctor film. I mean, you'll see it tomorrow. I mean, I don't know who they're picking at 30, but I'll probably have the Proctor video out pretty early tomorrow morning. I mean, if you guys want early access to videos, join up as a member. I'm gonna have all like as soon as I get this stuff up, they'll be up as members, and then I'll release them throughout this next week. All the guys they drafted. We have so many draft picks, I can't do them all in one day, but. I don't think we'll take Pregnon. Mainly because of the age thing. But I guess it's possible. You never know. You never know. Maybe they take Kadyn McDonald. Chargers. We're getting close. Oh, yeah, I gotta check my phone real quick. Sorry. I feel like after this O line run, we could start seeing some potential surprise picks. Okay, Chargers about to pick. Messidor. Reach. I'm just kidding. I just feel like I'm a known Messidor hater, but I'm not. Wait, that's crazy what they're saying right now. Tuli Tuipulotu is 23 and he's up for a contract extension. That's kind of crazy. Messidor, there you go. That's a good pick for me because I didn't want Messidor at 30. Did we like the Proctor pick, Ryder? I mean, I don't know. I think it's a reach. I can understand it logically. Bosch Lombardi is throwing a block party here in Dallas for the Downs pick. Yeah, dude, I've been watching Vach for like a long time. I probably started watching Vach back in like 2016. Dun, dun, dun. I'll definitely have to check out his reaction. What was I about to look up? I was trying to look something up here. And I totally just blinked. Dude, I was about to look something up and I totally just blinked. Oh my god. uh, that's annoying. Oh yeah, got it. Never mind. Should we have gone downs? I mean, yeah, for me, yes. It would have been an easy decision. I do love a good trade down, but like if they were never going to take downs, then I think it's a good trade down anyways. Because like you were never going to take if you were going to take downs at 11, um, then I like the trade down. But like I would have just stayed at 11 and taken downs. Like that's what I personally would have done. Pound hand even. I don't think. I mean that'd be funny. They could definitely double up on defense. I'm pretty sure they like Keldrick Falk. They could take Falk. They could take like a corner as well. Could double up DB but go corner like a Johnson or a Hood. What if all our picks are boomer bust? Everyone? Then like some of them got a boom, right? Trade downs, yeah. They likely couldn't find anyone to trade back with, so they and apparently, I mean, they took all 8 minutes for both at pick 11 and 12. So they probably even tried to trade back even more, but probably just didn't get any good offers. Would you take Falk at 30? I mean, it'd be such a funny first round if it was Proctor and Falk. I'll be honest. I'm gonna have other players I would want over Falk, but it wouldn't be that bad at 30. Do you have Julian Neal going? I have him as like a third rounder, I think. Dun, 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 dun. TJ Parker. I mean, I'd be okay with that. Right now, with who's available. With who's available, let me go to my list. Okay. So based on my stack, I think my highest graded left is Dylan Thieneman. If McCoy was healthy, I would take McCoy, but I don't know if they'll do that with the health. I have Omar Cooper, Kadyn McDonald rated very highly, Chris Johnson, um, Emmanuel McNeil Warren, uh, Casey Concepcion, and then I have like Peter Woods, Keldrick Falk after that. But I'm kind of just like, can Lomu play right tackle? I'm not interested in Lomu. I'm sure he could play right tackle, but like I'm looking. I think the thing I like the most about Proctor is he is at least a run blocker first. I think in the Dolphins system, I'm looking for more run blockers first because if you can create that run game, it helps open up the play action game. It makes life easier on your quarterback. And with how the Dolphins run their offense and their like pass protection scheme, it's a lot easier to scheme help in pass pro than it is the run game. And I just think Lomu has like no run game ability. Did Kadyn McDonald go already? No. I don't think so. Unless I missed it. If it takes one to move up and get Dylan, that's huge. Yeah, I have Dylan Thieneman as my 12th overall player. So I would love it. Malachi Lawrence. Oh yeah, they were rumored to be in on Malachi. Probably I think it's a little early for Malachi, but they did trade back to get him, so not that bad. And after you get downs, you know, it's like you can after you take downs, you can afford to take, you know, a little bit of a project because he's a project as a run defender. But yeah. I've been pretty big fan of Lawrence. I mean, hey, I called it back with Lawrence. If you go back to my early streams when I first watched Lawrence, I called him going at he was like listed as like a third or fourth rounder at the time. I was like, I would not be surprised if he went in the first round. That was when I was ahead of the game on Proctor and Pulverberries. Proctor gives me Jonathan Martin vibes. Well, I mean, I don't really see any similarities between him and Jonathan Martin. If they don't work out, I think it'll be for very different reasons. David Bailey, yeah. Well, I didn't really like the David Bailey pick either. Casey Concepcion, I would love Concepcion. Yeah. Yeah, I don't see the Jonathan Martin thing at all. Who did better, Giants or Jets? Giants went Reese and Minoa, and then Jets went Bailey and Sadiq. I would say the Giants did better for me. Hey, shout out Trollway with the super chat, my guy. Current personnel standings for number 30 with who's left. Yeah. So with who's left, what do we just had pick 23. So we got 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So there's 6 more players to go before Miami picks. I'll try to name about 7. So Thieneman is far and away my top player. I could throw McCoy's name out there, but like injury probably takes some off of it for me. Then Omar Cooper. Then I technically have Kadyn McDonald. Then I have Casey Concepcion. Then Chris Johnson, who hasn't gone yet. Then Emmanuel McNeil Warren. And then I technically have Peter Woods, Keldrick Falk, guys like Colton Hood, D'Angelo Pons, Chase Basantis. I could also see Kristen Miller. I want to throw Kristen Miller out there because I saw some people say they like Kristen Miller a lot, and if they do go defensive tackle, I wouldn't be surprised if they like Kristen Miller a lot. So that's like a sleeper name, and then like edges like T.J. Parker, Gayback, Zion Young. None of that would be that surprising either. But yeah. Shout out for the super chat. I appreciate it a lot. Yeah, no spoilers. I didn't see any, so I'm gonna go away. I must have missed what they were saying. Yo, I actually here, let me pull up this and this. I'm gonna go piss real quick and I'll be right back. Okay. Okay. I'm back. Okay. Did I miss anything? Browns I didn't miss any picks. Okay, here we go. Casey Concepcion off the board. I have you guys blocked. I'm not seeing anything. Let's see. I need to find Concepcion. I'm trying to find his name. Okay, I was just a little bit lost. Let's see. Why am I lost right now? Okay. There we go. Casey Concepcion. Gotta make sure I knock that off. I mean, he was a guy I would have really liked at 30. That's one of my guys. But maybe they don't end up. So he went, what, wide receiver 4? Wait. Okay, now I'm looking at the chat. You guys are fucking trolls. Dude, if we traded up for Volk while I walked away, imagine. No way, not Volk. I like the, but do we have to trade up to get him? You guys are dumb as fuck, bro. Who started this? I'm scrolling up to find it. Dundee, I caught your ass. Dude, you guys are dumb as fuck, bro. I literally, you know what I could see? I didn't see what you guys wrote, but the reason I blocked the chat is it was just moving really fast. And I'm like, okay, I feel like you guys are saying too much. I could just see like the chat moving on the side of my screen, but I didn't actually read it. So I was like, okay, I'm blocking you guys. That's funny. Omar Cooper, that'd be a great value pick. I have Omar Cooper as like my, I think 16th overall player. Yeah, 16th, and I think it'd be a great fit. Obviously, it would be very good. That's a good bait. That's a good bait. I like it. So yeah, Casey off the board. Concepcion. He is someone I would have been down for, but like, Thieneman's still the crown jewel, and I feel like I go back to my tweet, right? If I go back to my tweet, the first tweet I made after Hafley got hired, after I watched his film, I tweeted out that Jeff Hafley would love Dylan Thieneman, and I'm still sticking to that. Now, do they take safety early? Maybe, maybe not. But I don't know. I feel like that is something that could easily happen. Yeah, Bills could go receiver still, but they did trade for DJ Moore. And honestly, Omar Cooper does have some DJ Moore type to his game. I think they're pretty similar sizes off the top of my head. Or the Bears are picking right now, though. Oh. Aren't going wide receiver at 30 now? I mean, I could see them going Cooper. I hope if Cooper's gone, I would not take any other receiver at 30. It wasn't Dundee, it was AI. I would love Thieneman because it's so funny. I would have Thieneman's my 12th overall prospect, and I could just be like, oh, we picked Thieneman at 12, and then Proctor, who's my 24th overall prospect, I can just pretend in my head we picked him at 30, and then it all makes sense. But Thieneman will probably be gone here any second. Any right tackle you take at 30? No. I think they all went. And honestly, Proctor's probably the guy that you put at right tackle. Like, Proctor's probably a guy I can just cope. Yeah. You can always cope. David Boston. You mean Denzel Boston. But that would also... Honestly, a combination of Kadyn Proctor and Denzel Boston, oof. That would be one of the worst combos I could have imagined for me. Could have been worse. Falk at 11. I would take Falk over Boston at 30, though. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it looks like Houston just traded with Buffalo? Yeah, with the Bills. We could still always trade back, too. I don't mind to trade back again. Bears might be a Thieneman fit. Yeah, potentially. I'm not sure what their safety room looks like off the top of my head. I think we should take D'Angelo Pons at 30 and just have like the extremes at both ends of like human physique. That would be fun. Let's see what the Bears do here. Let's see. Yeah. Is it gonna be Thieneman? Dylan Thieneman, yep. There he goes. Okay. That was the Bears. Good pick. Good pick. So sad. It was bound to happen. That was the top player on my board. I guess technically I had McCoy higher, but that's not counting the injury. But if you count the injury, obviously I would take Thieneman. Can't plan B right now for me is probably Cooper. Top guy. Hayden McDonald, Chris Johnson. Do. Oof. McCoy at 30s. It's risky. He's very good, but it's risky. Cooper, TJ Parker, Chris Johnson, McDonald, and Basantis in that order. I would probably put Parker at the bottom of that, but yeah, it's close. Wow, reach coming up. So Houston traded up for a reach, is what you're saying. Okay, I'm blocking the chat. Good for you, Thieneman. Absolute dog. I've talked about Thieneman a lot, so I don't think I need to spend too much more time on him. Damn. Wait, did Miami just trade up? I just saw Miami moved up behind Houston. So did they move up to 27 ahead of Buffalo? I wonder what they gave up. Yeah, Miami's at 27. They traded up. Hopefully, it's not much. Maybe it's one of the picks they got, or maybe a different fifth or something. Could have been like a fourth. It shouldn't be anything more than that. It shouldn't be anything more than day 3. Moving up 3 spots Sicily in the first. Hey, I'm gonna have you guys blocked because I don't want to be exploiled. I gotta put a timestamp. Traded with the Niners too, which I think is interesting. I wonder who they're going for. I don't know. Cooper? I don't know. We got to see what Houston takes. They're jumping Buffalo. What does Buffalo need? I know they traded for more, but they could still use a receiver. What does Buffalo need defensively? They jumped Buffalo, Case, and Kansas City. See who the Texans take. I have you guys completely blocked. I have no idea what you're saying. Oh, Rutledge. Wow. Shout out Rutledge. Oh, man. I mean, I'm guessing... I don't know who to guess. I think my highest graded player left is Cooper. I mean, they're probably just securing the guy that they want. Hopefully, they didn't give him much. Hoping to see what the raid value is, but they're probably not going to show it. I'll just look. Oh, they're going to commercial. Okay, I'm not looking at anything until we make the pick. And then after we make the pick, I'll look at what the picks we gave up are. I'm hoping it's just like one pick in day 3. That's what my hope is. I don't know. 30 to 27. I wonder what the difference between 30 to 27 is between going from 11 to 12. Like, I wonder what like the differences in like the draft points thing. It's odds. It's Keldrick Falk. uh. I wonder. Some of you might already know. I don't know. I haven't looked at. I've got that chat blocked. I ain't being spoiled on this. Let's see. Make sure I have. Gonna make sure got the timestamp basically down. Hey, I'm gonna say this, guys. If this is a trade up for Keldrick Falk, I want you to know that you manifested this. All of you. You all manifested this. And honestly, if it is for Falk, I'm just gonna laugh because I think it would be pretty funny. And to be fair, I actually do think, you know what's funny? I actually think I have Keldrick Falk as my 27th overall player. That's the funny part. So if we take him at 27, maybe I manifested this. Let's see. You gotta check. It's 27, right? I think I Falk. Yeah, I Falk is 27. So, I mean, I guess picking him here isn't that crazy. I mean, I don't think it is crazy. I just think it's the combination of Proctor and Falk that would... It wouldn't surprise me at all. I want to make that very clear. But it would be like, oh. We are trying to swing for the fences, huh? Still at commercial. Come on, get out of this commercial, please. I feel like this is the longest commercial of all time. I just saw my viewers went up like 20 or 30 people, so that means they either already know the pick and they're just waiting to see what I react to. I don't know, is that a good sign or a bad sign? That the viewers went up. They want to see me upset or happy. Give it to me. Come on. Show it. We're back. Come on. Give me someone I like. Wow. We're being active, man. We traded both picks. Yep. Come on. Come on. It's about to happen. Please. Chris Johnson. Okay. You know what? I got that pick right. I got that right. I mean, I had him at pick 30, but I technically got that right. I'm a big Chris Johnson fan. I'm a huge Chris Johnson fan, so you know what? I actually let's check my grading. I have Chris Johnson as my 22nd overall player, so I actually have him technically higher than Kadyn Proctor. So taking him at 27, like I'm not mad about. I actually think yes, I timestamp. I wrote it down. Thank you for saying that. But I'm very happy with that. Let's go. I was thinking Omar Cooper, but I think after Cooper, I think I had McDonald, and then I think Chris Johnson was one of my top guys on the board. So I'm happy. Very physical presence, does not miss tackles, one of the lowest missed tackles rates for a corner. Very good special teams player as well. I had a feeling that they would be a big fan of him, so I technically at least got that pick right. Not worth going down 48 picks. I didn't see what did we trade? Does anyone have the details? But yeah, shout out Chris Johnson. Big fan of him. Can anyone give me the details? Because I haven't seen the actual trade details that will play a part of this. But I think from a physical athletic profile, his athletic profile is really good. 6 foot, or just under 200 type of guy. Very instinctual, like super clean technically. It's really funny. Like I think he's a very like the opposite of Kadyn Proctor from like a like he's such a clean profile like across the board. It's like let's go. And yes, I have a Chris Johnson video out there actually already, so I'll probably make another one with like new film for Chris Johnson. But yeah, I have videos out there on Chris Johnson. I have highlights and a film breakdown already, so you guys can check that out if you want to. I'll probably throw that down. Let's go. But yeah, if you guys can, anyone have the details on the trade? This was at least we got one of my guys. Okay, one of my guys in the first round. Patriots just traded up, huh? Let me see if any of you said anything about 30th and 90th for 27 and 138th. Okay. So we traded one of our thirds for the force. Okay, you know. Oh, they took Lomu. Interesting. Honestly, I'm not mad about that. I'm actually... So we gave up a third, but then got a fourth. We had a lot of thirds, so... Our 148 is that technically a fifth? It's either a late fourth or early fifth. Like off the top of my head, I don't know. I'm not that mad about that because we still keep the pick. You just move down 48 spots. You're securing your guy that you want. I guess it's probably better than just getting rid of like 1 4th round pick or a 5th round pick. Just moving back a little bit. We moved back 48 picks to move up 3 picks. Yeah, I mean that's how the value works, guys. When you're trading from first round to go back spots later in the draft. I mean I don't know what it looks like on the top of the actual like value chart, but I'm guessing it's probably decently fair. It's not something that strikes me, at least from first looking at it, as like anything crazy. We could have stayed and still got that, but right, how did Johnson test? Yeah, I can pull up Chris Johnson RAS. He is a good tester. Yeah, so I just pulled up wrong Chris Johnson, but yeah, here we go. Here you go. So here's Chris Johnson's athletic testing. Good size, 6'2", 193. Had a good bench as well. 4.4 flat. Good splits, good agility grade, good, great across the board. Like, no questions about his athletic ability. He's definitely a good tester. I could actually pull up my Chris Johnson highlight video and just show you guys directly, right? Like, I got clips on him already. Here we go. Here's Chris. Bottom of the screen. These are highlights on him. Really good athlete. Really good at making plays on ball as well. I like that he doesn't panic there. He can play some as like I don't think he's like a big press guy, but like there's ability to play soft press, be physical. I think he's better in like off-man zone coverage. He's very fluid, has really good recovery speed. So even though he gets beat there, he recovers and makes a play at the catch point. Here he isn't off and making like some jump cut stuff. I think he's a really good scheme fit. I'm just a huge fan of him. Yeah, so we swapped a third for a fourth. It was a late third for a late fourth, so it's not that crazy, right? And we already have 3 third-round picks. But do you be down to double down at CB and take Hood in second? I mean, yeah, if he's pretty clear best guy. Also, let me look at Chris Johnson's age. Because we're trying to look for some trends here. I think he's a younger guy. It's showing me the other Chris Johnson. I was like, he's 40. He's 21. He's 21 and doesn't turn 22 till November, so he's also a fairly young prospect. Would you rather have McNeil Warren or Chris Johnson? I have Chris Johnson rated higher as a prospect. Chris Johnson was my 22nd overall guy, and McNeil Warren was 25. We didn't give a straight up pick, yeah, which I think is pretty good. Didn't Johnson struggle at the Senior Bowl? I wouldn't say struggle. I think he was a mixed bag at the Senior Bowl. Had good moments, bad moments. But I also think Senior Bowl is like built for receivers to thrive because corners are put in a rough spot. Also, did I miss picks? Just Lomu, right? Just Lomu went. That was it. Did I miss anything else? I don't think I input Rutledge being drafted. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Johnson, so I am happy with the pick. Definitely much happier with Johnson than Proctor in terms of value. I guess at least it makes sense because Johnson you had to trade up for, and then Proctor you traded back from, so at least that sort of plays into it as well. But I do like that they didn't give up just like a pick, so they still have the same amount of picks. They just moved back later, and they still have so many picks in that range. I don't think it matters that much. 30504 for Rutledge. Oh, I wasn't like actually putting down every player for timestamp. I was just timestamping mainly. I was just checking off players thing. I was just timestamping the Miami stuff, but I did Miami timestamp that. Gonna be good right away. Yes, he does have a low, but he doesn't really miss tackles. Yeah, Johnson's a day one starter. Don't remember if you mentioned it, but are you higher on Proctor or Paul on draft night? I don't remember where I had Paul rated. I probably have Proctor rated as like a higher prospect, if I had to guess off the top of my head, like where I had guys rated. But I mean Proctor. In terms of like value, though, I think getting Paul in the second is definitely better value than getting Proctor in the first. Not only do I have Warren rated higher, I just don't. I mean, that's fine. But clearly, they thought Johnson was going to go. Peter Woods, okay. That's a good pick. I mean, that's good job for the Chiefs. I think they've had a pretty solid draft. They traded up for Delane, and then they got Peter Woods pretty late. But I don't know. What were your thoughts on Benogany at the time? I think I had Noah as like a third round guy. So obviously taking him at 30 was a big reach. Jets traded up, yeah. Did Buffalo trade back again? Wait, did they... Whoever we traded with, they traded back out twice, right? Because the Jets are at pick 30, so whoever we traded with, I think it was the Niners, right? Yeah, the Niners traded with the Jets. Interesting. Yes. Idea, make a video on best available for second round. I'll probably just start my stream earlier tomorrow, and I'll have best available. So... Because I have to make multiple film breakdowns tomorrow. I have to make Proctor, and then I also am going to make another Chris Johnson video. even though I already have one, because Chris Johnson was one of the first ones I made, and I can probably find even more clips on him. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah, Niners traded back twice. Interesting. Okay, sorry. Moving off here for a sec. Yeah, I'm surprised Omar Cooper hasn't went. DJ Parker won't be there. Neither will Basantis or Cooper Jr. I mean, there's so many good players left. Like, I have a lot of guys. I don't think Cooper will be there. I think Parker or Basantis could be there. Like, I don't think that's that crazy. There's still so many players I'd be willing to take. What do you think about the Waddle for Chris Johnson trade? Yeah, that's kind of is what it is, huh? Well, technically it'll be Chris. Well, it's gonna be complicated now because they traded out for Chris Johnson. It's gonna be Chris Johnson plus pick 148 for Waddle, right? Or I guess that third round pick. I don't know. I mean, it's too complicated to think about. I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't have traded Waddle, but I love Chris Johnson. He was one of my guys in this class, so I'm happy with that. Hey, at least I think they can evaluate corners. Jets probably going Cooper here. There he is. Yeah, I mean that's the Jets' best pick, in my opinion. Omar Cooper to the Jets. That's a good pick. I mean, he's one of the more well-rounded receivers in the class. I could see the Dolphins going like Boston at 43. I don't think at 43. I think it makes a lot more sense. Damn, I got a lot of work to do. Okay, we're almost done here though, so I'll be out of here once this draft ends. I might as well just stay alive until we're done. But I gotta start studying and getting clips, and at least have the clips ready to go by tonight, so I can at least record tomorrow. I don't need. I need to watch a lot of Kadyn Proctor. I guess I just need to find new clips on Chris Johnson. I already have a really good idea of who he is as a prospect, so I probably don't need to watch a ton of film. I just need to find some new clips to use. Oscar Delp at 43 or third? I mean, he would be in my realm at 43. But yeah. I'm trying to think who's my highest graded player. I think my highest grade now that Cooper's gone. I think my highest graded player is Kadyn McDonald. I will say, I think they got the top 5 receivers correct. Probably not the right order. I would have taken them, but I do think those are the top 5 that should have went. Like those are my top 5, just in a different order. Concepcion and Cooper were the top 5 guys. You see X's at the Fins watch party? X like you can Xavier and Howard? Oscar Delp is top 100, maybe top 50. Oh, he's top 50. I have him. I mean, you want to hear one of my biggest surprises? I have him as my 33rd overall player. I'm probably higher on him than most. Oh, yeah, let me check. Who's my highest graded player left? Yeah, I think it's McDonald, unless I'm missing. No, McCoy. Technically McCoy, but that I put McCoy there before like the big injury news came out that like he might not even play this year. Technically McCoy's my highest. Then McDonald. Then I think McNeil Warren. Then Falk. Hey, what do we get Falk at 43? That'd be funny. That would be funny. I think that'd be really good value. Hey, but you know what this proves to me? The NFL sometimes does know what they're doing. Okay, so I have to look up all the picks after this. Because now we swapped around a little bit. We got 2 extra fifths. We swapped one of our thirds for a fourth. So we still have 3 thirds and 02. So we'll at least have 4 picks tomorrow. But then on day 3, we're going to have 2 fourths or 3 fourths. Is that what? 2 fours and then like 4 5s, something like that. We got so many. I predicted Fano and Chris Johnson the Dolphins. Well, if you watched my mock draft yesterday, I had that as well. So I technically was on the right pace. I took O line with the first pick and then took Johnson with the second pick. So I was at least reading the Dolphins correctly. They probably would have taken Fano if he fell there. That's at least my guess. There's been so many trades. I feel like everything's been a trade. Think we might trade up to 32. I mean, I'm not counting on it, but trade down and trade down and trade down. I mean, we got Sony picks. We definitely. I mean, we could probably trade down a little bit. We got so many picks coming up. Okay, Titans up, about to pick. Um, can't wait to gently prod Jason Sarnia about Falk. He does post about Falk a lot. That is funny. And there he goes. So he did end up going first round. And honestly, I'm happy he's gone. This is where he belongs, though. This makes sense. It would have been really funny if he went at pick 30, though, where Miami previously had their pick. Who took him? The Titans? Titans also took, wait, who did the... Did the Titans take Tate, right? Yeah, it's Tate. Yeah. I was trying to remember who they took. I mean, Tate's a little bit of a reach. Falk here is fine. There's still a lot of players left here I like. And we're not that far off. I mean, we're pick 43, so we're literally going to pick, basically in the next, we'll be like basically like day one. And there's still like, there's at least 11 players I'm comfortable taking at 43. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say horrible. It's not my favorite. I had Tate as 2. Probably would have had him as 3 if I thought Tyson was healthy. Yeah, Bills are out of the first, huh? One more pick to go. Okay, I gotta add these timestamps once the stream is over. I'll go to the chat, and once it's done. Yeah, I'll have to look up Twitter stuff after this as well, because I haven't looked up anything. So much to watch. Oh god, I just got rid of the draft. I just exited out like an idiot. I think I just, whatever. Now I'm on ESPN. Oh. Hey, shout out on you. Jets had more picks tonight than all of last season. Yeah, after their first pick. That's good. That's good work. Yeah. So yeah, keep an eye out for my film breakdowns tomorrow. I will be live tomorrow as well when the draft, right before the draft. I will also yeah, I mean you can check out some of the Chris. I already have some Chris Johnson stuff out already. If you guys want to go back and watch that. But yeah, pick is in. Let's go. Let's see what the Seahawks take. Okay. Final pick. Honestly, 3 hours pretty much. 3 hours. Pretty quick. Yeah. Will be interesting. I think the most interesting thing with Proctor is seeing where he does end up. Because he does have, I think, a wide. There is a lot, like a. I think the variance is pretty wide of what could happen with him. Da, da, da. Here we go. Give it to me, Seattle. Yeah, film breakdowns out tomorrow. Both of them. I'll have film breakdowns out on Proctor and Johnson. I will probably. I'm gonna have to do. I have a lot of work to do tonight. I got a lot of work to do tonight. I will also have to look up potential. I gotta look up stuff. I'm looking up so much stuff. I just checked. I have a lot of notifications on YouTube. I'm guessing people are looking up videos I already posted because they're probably looking up videos of like I already have like Malachi Lawrence videos up. Cowboys fans are all over YouTube. But yeah, shout out to you guys, man. They're about to make this pick. Shout out this guy. This guy's having fun. Shout out to him, man. Wow. I remember seeing that mocked like a while back of them taking Price this early. That's crazy. 2 Notre Dame running backs in round 1. Wow. I mean, hey, I'm happy with that. Yeah, hey, shout out to you guys. I will, yeah. I'm going to be doing a lot of work right now, so look out for all that stuff tomorrow. Hopefully I can figure this thing out. So, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Oh yeah, I gotta leave these comments. Okay, I'm gonna end stream so I can put the timestamp.